Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, on today's episode, I welcome on some very special guests. They are the co-founders of Celebrity and Cardbreaks.
Yes, sir.
And very excited to have you guys on. I have with me Michael Carter Williams. I have Sweens Sweeney. And then I have
Sam Carter.
CEO
Sam Carter.
CEO.
Sam.
So guys, thank you so much for having me. We're here at Fenway today, which is
Beautiful.
absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the shot. I'll get the shot afterwards and I'll put it in here. But this is exciting, man. Very excited to be here, and just awesome to sit down with you guys and talk to you guys about what you guys do with the celebrities and card breaks. But I want to know, where did the idea come from? How did it all start out?
Well, Michael and I, we were always seeing like the space needed something like a little bit less, like more athletes engaged in it, kind of making those kids that are home feel a little bit, even cooler. Like we were growing up, we collected cards, we weren't the ones going to parties and stuff like that. We were, playing basketball, working out all the time. So like that was our little side thing to do. And then we realized now with the pandemic coming, it was like, this is turning into a business. Michael and I were buying cases by the day just to personally rip. And then, it came about where Blaze Jordan, we were talking, we said, if we could get this guy Blaze and, on our company and start this thing, we really feel we have a shot with a superstar basketball player, superstar young prospect in baseball. And that's where it really came about, and it's kind of taken off in a short time, so we're very excited.
That's awesome. That's so crazy. So how long have you all been in the game collecting cards? Like, what's it been like?
I started when UFC, when they dropped their Panini stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a perfect time for me to start collecting cards. I'm a big UFC fan. So I kind of started then, so, kind of fairly recent. These guys, though, been collecting forever.
Sorry.
My first pack of cards, I think, was 2008 Topps baseball.
Oh, wow.
Pulled a David Ortiz card in like the one pack I bought, and then I was kind of hooked ever since.
That's awesome.
Been like basically my dad gave me his collection because he had a bunch of like 90s junk wax.
Yeah.
So he was like, if you can find anything that's worth anything in here, you can keep it. So like he had a couple like Griffey Ricky cards, stuff that were worth like $20-30 at the time. Sold that, and then I had nothing to do with the money, so I just bought cards of young players that I thought were going to be good. And then, fortunately, the 2010s were a really good time to be a Boston sports fan, so been kind of flipping up ever since.
That's awesome. That's
awesome.
crazy. When did I know I used to collect cards when I was a kid, and I never knew it came back. Like, when that all happened, how did that all come about? Like,
It was for me, I saw the biggest jump during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's when everybody was just like, cars just came back again. I think something about, being able to engage with, an audience and, feeling excitement from at home, watching card breaks. I think that's what really kind of took, the card game off and during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's crazy. I used to collect you guys when I was younger, and I stopped. I think for myself, I think the last thing I got was a Pokemon card. I was trying to get a Charizard or something like that, and that's the last time I stopped. But I think because of Instagram, it's been all over Instagram, and I started following you guys to see how big it was. I was kind of not expecting for this giant market.
And it's awesome. I almost feel too, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, we're 30, so it's kind of like getting into something again, it kind of makes you feel almost like a kid again, being at these events, seeing everybody so excited over ripping wax or, getting their favorite card and stuff. It's really cool for me to see the community aspect of it, especially, managing guys. It's I'm so used to them going to, a game in Boston being tough on them. Now, if they're collecting their cards, they go to wherever they go, they're rooting for their guy that they collect as well as their team. So I think it's had a great kind of compliment to the players as well with fans, super fans.
Yeah. I feel also basketball or any sport really, everyone's more of a players fan, I guess I would say, than an actual team fan too. You root for, and you're looking to get a guy that you want to collect a card with, and it's crazy to see. And it's awesome that it's such a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's cool that you guys can do that. I mean, having to do with the celebrities and card breaks, where did the name come from first of all, and what was the idea?
Mike and I were talking one day about it, and again, it's we were thinking of different names, and when we came up with it originally, we thought, should we put it short or anything, but we wanted it to stick out because that's our whole thing. We want to stick out. We want to do something different. So we figured celebrities and card breaks. It's not just, the athletes aren't just the celebrities, which some people might think. Celebrities to us are also the breakers in the game, the people like the Josh Lubers from Fanatics, the people that are really doing it, Jeff Wilson from Sports Card Investors, those guys that are really putting the hobby forward are people that we look up to as well, and we see, great interest in, working with those guys in the future and everything of that.
And yeah, along with that too, I think we all have, everybody on our team, we have a big, aspiration for kind of putting athletes and putting celebrities in front of card holders and, really giving them that experience-based, I think there's always room to be creative for how athletes and celebrities engage with their fans, and I think this creates a moment that, that they can remember forever, especially if you're a big hobby fan. Everybody always remembers where they ripped, a great card or something, or the moment that happened, or where they were, or when it happened. So we're trying to create that moment for, hobby lovers as well.
Got to touch on that one more time. Blaze Jordan, one of our co-owners, his first break ever, he got on the break and said, "I've never pulled one of my own autos," and he pulled back-to-back Blaze Jordan autos. And it was probably one of the coolest things I've ever saw. I remember getting goosebumps, like watching the break, orchestrating it, but I got goosebumps as soon as he hit both autos. And then he said, "I want a Marcelo Mayer." He hit 2 Marcelo Mayer autos after that. The 4 hardest autos, he hit all 4 of them. And it was just a surreal moment, I feel, even for us as, 30-year-olds, where we felt like kids again.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be a wild feeling to get the card that you want.
Yep.
Like you said, you feel like a kid because it's just, I guess the best thing about opening cards is it's a surprise. You don't know.
That feeling.
It's wild. That's so cool, and that's great that you guys decided to do this. I mean, what's the card community like?
It's beautiful, man. It's a hobby. It's something that's so opening, and everybody's supportive of one another. You see everybody at different events, across the whole country, and everybody does a great job at welcoming people into it. So we have some good friends in the breaking game, Pole Wax, Backyard Breaks has reached out to us. Card Collector 2, Ryan, always shout us out, showed us love. It's we love all the guys that are doing it. Steve Blez is coming out here this weekend all the way from Vegas, from the Blez Sports Cars, to break with us tomorrow in front of Fenway. So it's going to be cool to have a huge Bowman break, which we have going on tomorrow as well. And we're excited to see some cars rip, man.
Yeah, and what's going on tomorrow? You guys have a big event.
Yeah, we're breaking here. We're breaking some Bowman first. The sign up is on our Instagram, right? It's it's in our bio on our Instagram. So fill up those slots. We'd love to have people on there, and we're just trying to create those moments. And it's going to be fun. We're going to be breaking here. Yeah.
First break at Fenway Park.
First break Fenway. Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, like I said, being here at Fenway, obviously with the shots afterwards, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's crazy.
It's unbelievable, man.
Crazy to be here.
It is wild.
Like I said, I've never been here besides a game.
And we're diehard Red Sox fans too, so it's pretty cool.
And then, so where do you guys see this going forward? I mean, the celebrities and card breaks. And what do you want? What would you like to get out of it?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
So we I think Mike and Ryan kind of spoke to it already, but we view sports cards as kind of this really beautiful natural intersection between athletes and their fans, and even something that can kind of expand an athlete's appreciation for their fan base, and also fans' appreciation for maybe guys on other teams or people that they didn't know about before they pulled their card or before they saw them on a live stream. So, for us, the finances kind of come second, and that'll be a natural result of kind of this movement that we think is already going on. That we think, having an athlete-owned company, having something, with people that are already established in the card game, as Ryan said, kind of celebrities, in their own right, combining forces there to kind of bring this wholesome, connective experience through sports cards is kind of our main goal. And I know Mike can speak more to that as a player, and Ryan can kind of speak more to that as a business person, but we're just trying to do the best we can in terms of being a uniquely athlete-owned company that also does things the right way, and makes everybody fall in love with this hobby and fall more in love with the sports that they already love.
Yeah.
It's great, bro.
No, yeah.
That's very
That's why I see you.
Yeah. CEO Sam.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think Sam, hit it on the head, right? As a, from the athlete perspective, I think that, engaging with your audience is something that's kind of always required, I think athletes like to do it. It's just different ways you can figure out to do that. Like, you know, the original meet and greets and saying hello to everybody is like, you know, it's good because people want to meet you, but like for the athlete, it's not the most fun thing in the world, but they do it. But if there's a way where you can create both sides that are enjoying themselves, I think you get a lot more out of that experience, right? It's not just a, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Oh, you're from here? See you later, right? Like it's, you know, you get to create, you know, there's some dialogue, you know, when you're breaking cards for, you know, somebody and you're creating a moment.
Yeah. Like I can definitely attest to that because I was watching one of your guys' Cardbreaks, mine, and you were on there, and then you had someone else come on, join live, and they're talking, and you guys were just exchanging words about like how long you've been in the game for, like, what's it like, and I thought that was like one of the coolest experiences because like I'm a big NBA basketball fan and like being excited and all that stuff, and but like to actually interact with you, but like I'm sure like fans get to interact with you, like having that excitement of being an NBA fan or any athlete, like, getting to,
and I think that's the big term goal, right? It's, you know, we have goals and aspirations of, you know, making our own app and, you know, doing, you know, big breaks and, you know, having, you know, bigger athletes come on, you know, as time goes on, and, you know, if we can, you know, show people, you know, how this works, I think that, you know, then those, you know, really big time athletes will be, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, let me, you know, interact with my fans in this way. So we're just trying to create that and keep pushing that movement.
And I'll say one thing on that. I think it's one of the coolest things, like with Blaze and Mike, is how humble their approach is to, you know, they're celebrities in their own right. Their cards sell for thousands of dollars for their rookie cards. It's like, so my whole thing is they almost act like they're not athletes. They act like they're just that random guy in the hobby that's in there and connecting with everybody, which is a lot of fun.
that's so cool.
Yeah, people forget, but, you know, I remember when Michael Carter Williams cards were 20 times the price of Giannis Antetokounmpo cards. Like, you know, sports fans like tend to have a short memory, but, you know, something about the hobby, you know, it brings those people that, you know, really appreciate the game and kind of, you know, respect athletes for kind of all the work they've put in. So it's just really cool to see. Like, it's, you know, and when they see someone showing them that love and like that love for the hobby that they love as well, like they give it back in spades. Yeah. It's really cool.
That's awesome. It's really cool to see and experience. Now, Mike, when you play, do you talk to any guys that like collect cards as well too, or like?
Yeah, there's a few guys that I talk to. Cole Anthony's a big, you know, he loves Pokemon, so I talk to him about it, you know, sometimes. Terrence Ross is into, you know, cards and NFTs and all that kind of stuff. So we talk with, you know, just talk about the hobby, and there's not too many of them, but there's definitely some.
Taco Fall, who's broken with us. You know, guys, he's a couple more people. I'd say Brett Phillips, you know, from Tampa Bay. Blake Loubier, who breaks with us from the Red Sox organization, and obviously Blaze Jordan too, I'd say.
And what are you looking to do, like community-wise, and bring community?
We really want to start to, obviously, again, it's like, you know, money to us is secondary in this thing. So like, we also don't want to like go in and, you know, lose a ton of money, but we want to get it to a point where we can allocate, you know, some of our funds into charities, other things like around the area, even do a break, you know, in a less fortunate area and go down and really connect with the kids out there, kind of take them out for the day, just, you know, back to school drives, things of that nature, just really be involved in the community hands-on.
I think that's an amazing idea, like going to like, you know, going to a school or income area, or even go to like a boys and girls club, sitting down and just
imagine seeing the cards ripped and now they're with their favorite athletes, people that made it from where they're from. It's going to be awesome.
That's awesome. And now I want to know too, what are the big? I'm not a big card collector anymore. So what's the big brands? Like what's going on? Like
Panini's huge for basketball right now. They have a couple years left on their NBA deal. Fanatics though is the one. Like they just bought Topps. They're, you know, trending to be the front runners of everything in the game. And I'll say that, you know, Michael Rubin, Josh Luber, they've done a fantastic job with Fanatics. So.
And then is there a favorite card that you guys have pulled or you still have now?
My Blaze Jordan auto, just because of what it meant for us to start the company. Who knows if we'd be here today if we didn't do that. So.
What about you, Sam?
I didn't pull it, but I would say my dad's Dan Marino rookie card.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like got me into football. Made me a Dolphins fan for a which I'm not so thankful for. But, you know, I still have that just in a top loader. Like I carry it everywhere I go. It's kind of my like good luck charm and like reminds me where I came from. So.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, for mine, you know, I'm a UFC guy, so my GSP Immaculate Auto and my Habib Auto as well out of 25, I think, those are my two favorites.
Wow, that's awesome. I don't know. I can't remember my favorite cards. I guess my dad gave me like a bunch of his old Charizard. Yeah. My dad gave me a bunch of his old baseball cards I have. I had to go through them. I can't remember them. I actually dug them up when I was going to go through them before this interview.
Yeah.
I had some stuff come out. So,
If you want to send them our way, we'll go through them.
It was millions.
There's no Babe Ruth in there or anything. This has like been awesome. I mean, it's
thank
really,
you so much too.
Really cool to sit down and speak with you guys and have this conversation, talk about your business and everything that's coming up.
And we love what you do on the Roadie podcast. It's
Thank
unbelievable, you know, getting into the community where, you know, I'm from, he's from, he went to school. We have a ton of love for Rhode Island, and, you know, we see what you're doing, even, you know, going up to the gym, you know, interviewing the top prospects, giving them kind of a voice out here. I love that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, trying to do my best for Rhode Island sports.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. This has been so great sitting down with you guys. Awesome. I love what you guys do. This is great.
Thank you. Appreciate it, my man. Thank you.